Admiral Sarah Chen stood motionless before the Quantum Observatory's main display, her weathered face illuminated by the soft azure glow of countless data streams. Deep within observation post Omega, buried beneath the Mariana Trench, humanity's most advanced detection system had just confirmed her worst fears. "Contact analysis complete," announced Dr. Marcus Wong, his neural interface pulsing gently as it processed the incoming data. "We're tracking approximately 700 vessels, matching Kraxan Empire signatures entering the Oort cloud." Sarah's expression remained neutral, though her enhanced eyes narrowed slightly. For over 2 centuries, humanity had maintained an elaborate facade of technological inferiority, while secretly advancing far beyond anything the galaxy's dominant powers could imagine. They had watched silently as the Kraxan Empire subjugated dozens of worlds, always following the same pattern: approach, intimidate, conquer. "Show me their formation," Sarah commanded. The holographic display shifted, revealing the approaching armada. The Kraxan ships moved with military precision, arranged in their trademark hunting formation. They had no idea they were being watched by technology centuries beyond their understanding. "They're following standard Conquest protocols," reported Captain Emma Patel, her quantum interface streaming tactical data directly into the command network. Long-range scans indicate their weapons are configured for intimidation display rather than actual combat. "They're expecting minimal resistance." Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Of course they were. To the galaxy at large, Earth was still struggling with primitive fusion drives and radio telescopes. The carefully maintained network of outdated satellites and space stations that dotted the solar system presented exactly the image they wanted their would-be conquerors to see. "Status of Operation Mirror?" she asked, turning to Technical Director James Chen, no relation, who managed Earth's planetary camouflage systems. "All surface installations are maintaining late 21st century appearances," James reported, his fingers dancing across the quantum interface. "Power signatures suggest appropriate technological inefficiency. Our quantum dampening field is presenting exactly the primitive profile we want them to see." Above them, what appeared to be crude orbital habitats and aging defense platforms circled the planet. In reality, each was a sophisticated weapons platform incorporating technology that would seem like magic to their approaching visitors. Most importantly, the quantum consciousness network, humanity's greatest achievement, remained completely undetectable. "Message from Central Command," announced Lieutenant Maya Rodriguez, her neural implant pulsing softly. "Operation Sleeping Dragon is now active. All defense platforms are to maintain stealth protocols until Phase 3. The massive hologram shifted to display Earth's true military capabilities. Quantum weapon platforms disguised as asteroids dotted the solar system. Dimensional pocket facilities housed fleets of ships that could rewrite the laws of physics themselves. 2 centuries of preparation were about to pay off. "They're launching scout ships," Marcus reported. "Entering the Kuiper Belt now. Their scan patterns match previous encounters with other civilizations." Sarah nodded. The Kraxan followed a predictable pattern: send scouts, analyze the target's capabilities, then launch an overwhelming show of force to demand submission. They'd done it dozens of times before to other worlds. But Earth would be different. "Initiate surface protocols," she commanded. Across the planet, carefully orchestrated chaos began. Stock markets showed calculated instability. Military forces moved in seemingly panicked patterns. Social media erupted with manufactured conspiracy theories about the approaching ships. "How long until they detect our primitive, deep space telescopes picking them up?" Sarah asked. "Approximately 8 hours at their current velocity," James replied. "We'll follow standard procedure: government denials, confused scientists, gradual confirmation. The usual dance." Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in what appeared to be an abandoned research station, Earth's quantum supercomputers analyzed every detail of the approaching fleet. They compiled weaknesses, tactical patterns, and technological capabilities, adding to the vast database humanity had built while watching the Kraxan Empire's expansion. Message from the Prime Director. Maya announced, Operation Looking Glass remains in effect. All personnel are to maintain communication protocols. Remember, as far as the galaxy knows, we're still arguing about fossil fuels and launching chemical rockets. Sarah's smile grew slightly. Humanity had spent generations preparing for this moment, advancing their technology in secret while presenting a carefully crafted image of a divided, primitive species to the galaxy. Now, as the Kraxan fleet approached with Conquest in mind, that deception would prove to be their greatest weapon. Send word to all facilities, Sarah commanded. Operation Sleeping Dragon is now in full effect. Let's show these would-be conquerors why you should never judge a species by its apparent technological level. As the Kraxan fleet drew closer, Earth's hidden defenses remained silent, waiting. The greatest deception in galactic history was about to reach its climax, and humanity was ready to reveal its true face to the stars. Commander Raj Patel monitored the quantum defense grid from his post in the Helios station, cleverly disguised as a decrepit solar research platform orbiting Mercury. His enhanced vision tracked thousands of data points as the Kraxan fleet pushed deeper into the solar system, their ships moving with predatory grace through the asteroid belt. Their scan patterns are intensifying, reported Lieutenant Sofia Martinez. Her neural augments processing streams of tactical data. They're particularly interested in our abandoned Mars colony. The deception is holding perfectly. What the Kraxans saw as a failed attempt at colonization was actually humanity's most sophisticated military installation. Every piece of supposedly broken equipment housed quantum-linked weapon systems that could tear their fleet apart in nanoseconds. Status of the Lazarus Grid, Raj asked, his cybernetic hands manipulating the holographic display with practiced precision. All nodes operational, confirmed Dr. Aiden Chen from his post in quantum control. The crystalline matrix is fully charged and ready. Dimensional pocket facilities are maintaining perfect stealth signatures. The entire solar system had been transformed into an elaborate trap. Artificial asteroids concealed gravitic disruption cannons. Quantum void generators waited in the shadow of every planet. Most importantly, Earth's true defensive capabilities remained completely hidden behind a veil of seemingly primitive technology. New data from the Deep Space Array, Sophia announced. The Kraxan are deploying into their standard intimidation formation. Energy readings suggest they're preparing for their traditional show of force. Raj allowed himself a moment of grim satisfaction. The aliens were following their Conquest playbook to the letter. First contact, display of overwhelming force, then subjugation disguised as protection. They'd done it countless times before, but Earth had spent decades preparing for this moment. Surface teams report social chaos protocols are proceeding as planned, Aiden added. Global markets are showing appropriate instability. Military forces are maintaining disorganized patterns. Social media is flooding with manufactured panic and conspiracy theories. In low Earth orbit, what appeared to be primitive satellites continued their predictable paths, while gathering detailed intelligence on every aspect of the Kraxan fleet. Each piece of apparent space debris was actually an advanced sensor platform feeding data to Earth's quantum supercomputers. Message from Antarctic Command, Sophia reported. The Kraxan diplomatic vessel is requesting permission to approach Earth. They're broadcasting their standard peaceful contact protocols. Through the quantum network, Raj received real-time updates from Earth's defense grid. Every Kraxan ship was being analyzed, every weapon system cataloged, every weakness identified. The trap was nearly ready. Status of Operation Echo, he asked, zooming in on the diplomatic vessel's approach vector. All subsystems green, Aiden confirmed. The quantum field generators are charged and primed. Void Lance platforms are in position. The consciousness network is running at peak efficiency. Decades of preparation were about to pay off. Every piece of humanity's hidden arsenal was perfectly positioned, waiting for the signal to reveal its true nature. Surface Command reports the UN Security Council is convening an emergency session, Sophia announced. Our diplomatic team is ready to play their part in the deception. What the Kraxan would see as a primitive species struggling to comprehend their arrival was actually the final act in humanity's greatest performance. Every confused transmission, every panicked response, every diplomatic fumble had been carefully choreographed. They're launching their standard sensor sweep, Aiden reported. Their energy readings suggest they're completely convinced of our technological inferiority. Raj nodded, watching as the alien vessels positioned themselves exactly where Earth's defense computers had predicted. Their arrogance would be their undoing. Send word to all commands, he ordered. Operation Echo enters its final phase in 12 hours. Maintain absolute discipline. Remember, we're just primitive humans, scared and confused by these advanced visitors. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, Earth's quantum supercomputers continued their analysis, calculating optimal strike patterns and predicting defensive responses with perfect accuracy. The web of deception was nearly complete. The Kraxan High Commander is preparing his initial diplomatic broadcast, Sophia reported. Their psychological warfare algorithms suggest they're planning to trigger primitive fear responses. If only they knew that every aspect of their supposedly advanced technology was being analyzed and countered by systems centuries beyond their understanding. The greatest trap in galactic history was about to be sprung, and the Kraxan Empire was about to learn a harsh lesson about appearances. All stations maintain current protocols, Raj commanded. Let them think they're dealing with a primitive species barely capable of spaceflight. Soon enough, they'll learn the truth about Earth's real capabilities. The web of deception was complete. Now all that remained was for their overconfident adversaries to spring the trap. Dr. Elena Santos stood in the United Nations General Assembly Hall, maintaining a carefully crafted expression of nervous anticipation. The massive Kraxan diplomatic vessel hung above New York City, its crystalline hull refracting sunlight in what its crew undoubtedly intended as an intimidating display. Their positioning matches known psychological warfare patterns, whispered Strategic Director David Cohen through the quantum neural link. They're trying to trigger primitive fear responses in what they assume is an unsophisticated species. Elena suppressed a smile. Her primitive neural implant was actually part of Earth's quantum consciousness network, analyzing every aspect of the alien presence in real time. High Commander Vex Thor of the Kraxan Empire made his entrance with calculated grandeur. His biomechanical encounter suit stood 4 meters tall, covered in pulsing energy patterns designed to awe lesser species. Every component of his supposedly advanced technology was being scanned and analyzed by sensors hidden throughout the chamber. People of Earth, his translated voice resonated through the assembly hall. We come representing the mighty Kraxan Empire, bringing enlightenment and protection to promising young civilizations across the galaxy. Elena rose from her seat, her hands trembling slightly, a masterful piece of acting that didn't go unnoticed by the alien delegation. We are honored by your presence, High Commander, though I must admit your arrival has caused considerable concern among our people. The alien leader's energy patterns shifted in what Earth's technologists had long ago identified as an expression of condescending amusement. Your concern is natural but unnecessary. The Kraxan Empire offers guidance and protection to developing worlds such as yours. Through her neural link, Elena received constant updates from Earth's defense network. The Kraxan fleet was moving into its final attack formation, disguised as a protective envelope around the planet. Each ship positioned itself exactly where humanity's quantum computers had predicted. Perhaps, she suggested meekly, you could explain more about this protection. Our world leaders are concerned about your fleet's presence in our system. Vex Thor gestured magnanimously with his upper appendages. The galaxy is a dangerous place for young species. The Kraxan Empire can offer advanced defensive technologies, trade opportunities, and cultural exchange. In return, we ask only for your cooperation and reasonable access to your system's resources. Around the chamber, other world leaders played their parts perfectly. Some showed fear, others anger. while a few maintained diplomatic poker faces. All of it carefully choreographed to present the image of a primitive species facing an impossible choice. "And if we were to decline this generous offer?" Elena asked, allowing a note of fear to enter her voice. The alien commander's energy patterns darkened noticeably. "That would be unfortunate. The galaxy holds many dangers for unprotected worlds. Pirates, resource raiders, hostile empires. The Kraxan Empire's protection is not something to reject lightly." Through her neural link, Elena received the message she'd been waiting for. Earth's defense grid was fully charged. The quantum void generators were ready. Operation Awakening could commence at any moment. "We will need time to discuss your offer," she said carefully. "Our global communication systems are primitive by your standards. Reaching consensus among our nations will take several hours." "Of course," Vex Thor replied magnanimously. "Take the time you need to reach the correct decision. Our fleet will maintain its protective position until then." As the diplomatic dance continued, Earth's hidden arsenal moved into its final configuration. Soon the Kraxan Empire would learn that humanity's greatest art form was the art of deception. Behind her pleasant diplomatic smile, Elena began the final countdown. In 6 hours, the galaxy's most aggressive empire was about to learn a harsh lesson about underestimating their opponents. The trap was set, and the Kraxans had walked right into it. General Maya Harrison stood in the Quantum Command Center deep beneath Mount Everest, watching as the final pieces fell into place. The Kraxan fleet had arranged itself in a perfect geometric pattern around Earth, exactly as planned. "All defense platforms report ready," announced Field Commander Kai Chen, his neural interface pulsing with encrypted data. "Quantum void generators at full charge. Dimensional phase shifters aligned." On the holographic display, thousands of red dots represented the alien vessels, each one precisely where Earth's defense computers had predicted they would be. The Kraxan military doctrine was as predictable as it was arrogant. "Status of civilian protocols?" Maya asked, her augmented vision scanning multiple data streams simultaneously. "Surface chaos at optimal levels," reported Intelligence Director Zara Ahmed. "Social media flooding with panic and conspiracy theories. Military forces maintaining disorganized patterns. The Kraxan are completely convinced of our technological inferiority." High above, what appeared to be primitive satellites continued their predictable orbits. Each piece of supposed space debris was actually an advanced weapons platform waiting for the signal to reveal its true nature. "Message from UN Command," Kai announced. "The Kraxan ambassador has delivered their final ultimatum. We have 1 hour to submit to their protection or face the consequences." Maya allowed herself a predatory smile. "Perfect timing." "Status of Operation Awakening?" "All systems green," Zora confirmed. "The quantum lattice is fully charged. Void Lance platforms locked on target. The consciousness network is running at peak efficiency." Decades of preparation were about to pay off. Every piece of humanity's hidden arsenal was perfectly positioned. The trap was ready to spring. "They're powering up their weapon systems," Kai reported. "Energy signatures indicate standard intimidation protocols. Minimal power to actual weapons. It's all for show." Maya nodded. The aliens believed a simple light display would be enough to cow a primitive species into submission. They had no idea they were about to face the most advanced military force in known space. "Send the signal," she commanded. "Operation Awakening begins now." Across the solar system, humanity's deception fell away. Quantum void generators activated, trapping sections of the Kraxan fleet in dimensional bubbles. What appeared to be debris transformed into advanced weapon platforms. The consciousness network linked every human soldier into a single coordinated force. By the eternal void, the Kraxan commander's shock transmission echoed through the command center. "What is this? How can they?" His transmission cut off as the first quantum void generators activated, entire sections of his fleet finding themselves trapped in dimensional pockets, unable to move or communicate. All platforms reporting successful target acquisition. Kai announced with fierce satisfaction. The Kraxan are completely surrounded. Their defensive systems are still configured for display rather than combat. Maya's smile grew cold. Send the surrender demand. Let's see how they like being on the receiving end of an ultimatum. The message was broadcast on all frequencies. Attention, Kraxan fleet. You have 30 seconds to power down all systems and prepare for boarding. Any hostile action will be met with immediate and overwhelming force. On the quantum display, chaos erupted among the alien vessels. Some tried to raise shields, others attempted emergency jumps to hyperspace, but Earth's trap was perfect. Each ship was exactly where the defense grid needed it to be. Their response? Maya asked, though she already knew what it would be. They're charging weapons, Zora confirmed. Attempting to break formation. Execute final phase, Maya ordered. Across the solar system, humanity's hidden arsenal revealed its full power. Quantum void generators collapsed, crushing entire sections of the alien fleet. Dimensional phase shifters activated, sending void lance beams through supposedly impenetrable shields. The consciousness network coordinated every strike with perfect precision. In less than 30 seconds, the mighty Kraxan Empire's Conquest fleet ceased to exist. The steel trap had sprung, and the hunters had become the prey. Casualty report, Maya asked, watching the debris of the once mighty fleet drift harmlessly through space. 0 human casualties, Kai reported with satisfaction. Kraxan losses, 652 vessels destroyed, 48 captured intact, approximately 25,000 survivors in custody. The message was clear. Earth was not to be trifled with. As recovery ships revealed themselves and began collecting debris and survivors, Maya knew the galaxy would never be the same. The age of deception was over. The era of human dominance had begun. Prime Director Diana Chen stood before the quantum display in humanity's true seat of power, a dimensional pocket facility existing between moments of time. The remains of the Kraxan fleet drifted harmlessly through space, a testament to the folly of underestimating Earth. Final status report, announced Strategic Director Omar Hassan. His neural augments processing streams of real-time data. Total human casualties, 0. Kraxan survivors have been secured. Their quantum communication network has been compromised. Diana watched as Earth's recovery ships, finally revealed in their true form, began collecting debris and survivors. Broadcast status. The message has been transmitted across all major galactic channels, confirmed Communications Director Yuki Tanaka. Every world in the Kraxan Empire has received proof of their fleet's defeat, along with our terms. The terms were non-negotiable. The Kraxan Empire would immediately cease all conquest operations. They would free their subjugated worlds. Most importantly, they would spread the word. Earth was not to be trifled with. Status of the Revelation Protocols, Diana asked, turning to Public Relations Director Marcus Rodriguez. The transition is proceeding exactly as planned, Marcus reported. We're gradually revealing our true technological level to Earth's population. The narrative is taking hold. Humanity united in secret to defend against alien aggression. On screens worldwide, carefully prepared footage showed Earth's hidden capabilities emerging from their camouflage. Quantum ships phased into visibility above major cities. Dimensional pocket facilities revealed themselves in orbit. The truth was finally being shared with the world. Message from the Galactic Council, Yuki announced. They're requesting an emergency session. Multiple empires are demanding explanations. Diana smiled. Of course they were. The galaxy's power structure had just been upended. A supposedly primitive world had just revealed itself to be the most technologically advanced civilization in known space. What's the response from our observation posts near other imperial territories? She asked. Exactly as predicted, Omar reported. The Zentari are recalling their expansion fleets. The Novan Confederation is strengthening its borders. No one wants to risk being the next empire to underestimate Earth. On the quantum display, data streamed in from across the galaxy. The revelation of Earth's true power was sending shockwaves through every major civilization. Centuries of careful observation and preparation had paid off. "And our own people?" Diana asked, turning to Marcus. "Taking it remarkably well," he replied. "The carefully prepared narrative is resonating. The idea that humanity set aside its differences to secretly prepare for this moment. It's inspiring unity rather than fear." Diana nodded. That had been the greatest risk. How Earth's population would react to learning they had been living in an elaborate deception. But the truth was being revealed gradually, carefully, in a way that emphasized humanity's achievement rather than the deception itself. "Message from the Kraxan Regent Council," Yuki announced. "They're formally accepting our terms. Their fleet commanders are ordering the withdrawal from all occupied territories." "Send the response package," Diana commanded. "Show them what true advanced technology looks like. Let them see exactly what they were trying to conquer." Across the galaxy, quantum data packets began arriving at every major world. They contained carefully selected demonstrations of Earth's true capabilities, enough to ensure no one would ever again mistake humanity for an easy target. "The age of deception is over," Diana announced to her assembled staff. "But our work is just beginning. Humanity is about to take its true place in the galaxy." As she spoke, quantum ships emerged from dimensional pockets throughout the solar system. Hidden facilities revealed themselves, showing the true face of human civilization. The facade of a primitive, divided species had served its purpose. "Prepare the diplomatic course," she ordered. "It's time to introduce ourselves properly to our galactic neighbors. Not as a primitive species to be conquered, but as the advanced civilization we truly are." The dawn of a new era had arrived. Humanity had revealed its true face to the stars, and the galaxy would never be the same. The deception was over. The age of human ascendance had begun.